Hello, happy week 17. Happy Monday. Oh, it's not it's week 17 and it's December 7th. So, I'm having some difficulties with my agenda. For some reason, it wouldn't let me post both images I want you to draw today. Today, you're going to be drawing this one, and I can do this one with you, and I'll record that. And then you're also going to be drawing something else that's on the proof of practice. So, let me show you what that looks like. I posted it on the proof of practice. There's a document, and here is the other stages that I'd like you to draw. So that is on your proof of practice under the assignments here. It's this little dot guy right here. You just click on it. Okay, and then you're gonna take a picture of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my camera, and you're gonna need a piece of paper and a pencil. We'll draw together if you'd like. Let me just get this all going here. Because I have to record this, I'm not going to use a pencil today. I'm going to use a pen. But you are going to use a pencil or a pen. I don't care. Some of you prefer a pencil because it erases. It's more forgiving. All right. So I'm going to just try to lay this all out to make it nice and easy for us to see. And I'm going to do it in stages along with you. And let's see how far along we get. I just need to move my camera. Yeah. All right. So this is the front. Side. And 3/4 view of head that we are going to be going over. So I would like you to label it so we know what we're doing. I don't want to go too fast. I know you're still writing. While you're doing that, I see there's a student that needs to be let in. Okay. So at the top of your paper, front, side, and 3/4 view of head. So I'm going to break this up, and I'm going to do a line right down the vertical of my paper. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. Come on, zoom out. It's like, nope, that's as far as I go. All right, there we go. And we're going to make this into sections. I'm going to divide this into 6 sections. All right, that way we make room for all of our little drawings. Okay. And I'm focused on this one right here. This is the side view of the head. This is 3/4 view of the head. So let's see how far we get today. So I'm going to start off with a circle, a sketchily circle as best as I can. And here they put like a little tick mark here and here with a line across. And they're labeling that 1/2. Okay. Then we're going to draw like a T. We're mapping out the head. I want everyone to give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I just don't want to go too fast. It's hard for me to gauge. So just give me a yes. And that way, when the majority of you are done, I can move on. It's hard to teach something when you've never taught it before in this kind of format. So far, 22 of you have said you're done. So we're waiting on a few more people. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Now, I'm studying the face and I'm breaking it down. In reality, you would be looking at a person who's modeling for you from the side view. It's kind of funny because we're not live really doing that. So we're paying attention to basic shapes and basic lines. So I'm looking at this circle here, and then I notice there's a line right here. Is it straight or is it slightly slanted, Kayla? This one right here? Slightly slanted. So I'm gonna try to decide, okay, it's not exactly a straight line, it's slightly slanted like this. So now I'm sketching that line right here. Slightly slanted. We're gonna figure out the jawline from there. We're gonna do the bottom of the jaw. We're gonna kind of curve it up. That's the side of the head here. And because we have this guideline right here to help us draw, we're gonna give looking time and figure out how we're gonna segment the ears, the head, the eyes. So I'm gonna get another color pen so you can see my work. I have a red. And I'm just kind of freehanding this. I'm giving looking time and I'm going to separate this into segments. So the top of the head, right about here, the bottom where the jaw is. If you want to do different colors, you can, but you don't have to. I'm doing different colors so you know what I'm drawing. And then we're going to make a middle segment right here. We're breaking this up into thirds. Okay, so it should be about 4 lines. I'm going to zoom in some more. And within those lines, we're going to draw the same little segment here. This is 1/3, 1/3, and here's the final third. We're breaking this into thirds, 1/3. We're trying to teach you how to see and break things down into basic lines and basic shapes so you can draw appropriately. Give me a thumbs up, a yes when you're done. I'm going to clear the participants so I can see. So right here at the bottom, I'm going to write side view. Ooh, I went too big. Ha ha ha. What the heck? It got stuck. Oh my goodness. Stop. Wow. Just to make life interesting. All right. It looks like 24 out of 37 of you have said yes. We're waiting for, geez, a handful of people. Oh, some of you forgot. It's funny when I say something and then all of a sudden the numbers change. Perfect. Now we got most of you done. So we have 3 different segments, 3/3 of the face. We start off with a basic circle here and a line. We're doing that jaw line. So we're going to try to give looking time and do the things that seem the easiest. To me, the back of the neck seems the easiest. So I'm going to just lightly sketch that back of the neck. That's right here. And then the next thing that's pretty easy to me is this ear. It's almost like a half of a fat heart. Okay. And if you look, it goes almost to the top of the middle third and the bottom. So let's do that one first. I'm going to do that right here. Watch me first. And I'm just lightly sketching that ear.
Miss Brown, when doing the neck, are we supposed to have it at like a slight curve?
Yeah,
Like
draw
you?
it as best as you can, like I did.
Okay.
You have the reference side by side with mine. Mine might be slightly different than that one. Mine's a little curvier. Mine's sketcherly. I always try to do the things that seem like a no-brainer, the easiest stuff when I give looking time to something. Now, I don't know if this is a man or if this is a woman, but I noticed a few things that I think help give some definition to the face. So there's like a diagonal line right here and like a sideways V shape. And I noticed that they kind of meet where that ear is here. So I'm going to try my best to draw those first. So it almost slants like this, and it's light and it's sketcherly, a diagonal here. And then I give looking time, and I notice that this one goes slightly over the third line right here. And now I'm going to try to do that light one right here. Ta-da! I'm going to clear the participation. Please give me a yes when you think that I just don't know how fast or slow to go. So far, 13 of you are ready. 14. 27. I got to be honest with you. I found this image off the internet because I thought it gave a great view of the side of the head and how to kind of think about it in segments. I'm not really sure what the half inch right here means. Maybe that's the size they drew it. Um, or is that meaning the half the distance of the head? I'm not really sure. So if anybody was wondering, I have no idea. But I just really like it. I understand the thirds. This is 3/3 of the front of the head. As this distance is supposed to be half of that. That doesn't make sense because it looks almost the same distance. So I'm a little confused about that. So when I don't know something, I'm open and okay with saying I don't know. So now I'm gonna break down the nose. Ooh, why? Because it's in the middle of the face, and that seems to like make sense to me. So I'm just looking at that diagonal and I'm trying to mirror that same diagonal. We're breaking things into basic lines and it goes almost to the end and then it kind of goes like this. Happy with that? It's almost like a funny little triangle. Drawing is all about observation and giving looking time and trying to mirror that when you're drawing a real person live or something off of a photograph. We break it down into basic lines and shapes so that we can get it accurate. Now, my drawing, I noticed, is not the same circle as how it is here. So I'm going to try to like kind of fatten up my curve right here. So it does look like that. And then I'm gonna try to do that little diagonal line where the eye is right here. And then I'm giving looking time and figuring out that slant of the eye. And then there's another slant of the eye right here. So you're trying your best to duplicate what you see for the eye. Putting things in the right place as best as you can. If you have to make adjustments, you make adjustments. The goal is to make it match as close as you can. I'm doing my best to try to match the illustration, and so are you. Okay, next step for me, I would say is the mouth. Now I'm looking at there's a line right here. It's not in the middle of the third, it's higher. It's almost like a third line segment. So it's right about here. So I lightly sketch that little guideline and it kind of slants. I just realized that. So I'm going to kind of slant it. I'm making adjustments. And then I notice that it curves away past the guideline like so. And then I'm looking at the lower segment of the mouth and I'm doing it very sketchily. It kind of goes out and in. Pretty happy with that. Maybe your circle needs to be a little bit lower. The round, make your little adjustments, do the best you can. The forehead kind of comes out a little bit more. If you made your triangle nose too big, adjust it and kind of break it down smaller. This is very scratchily, very sketchily. It's all about the effort and the practice. I feel like my round should be a little bit more round of my head, so I'm making it a little bit wider. And I'm fixing up my neck and making it a little chubbier here. I think there should be a front of that neck, so I'm going to add that right here. And voila! I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, I look like I know how to draw. When you are done, please give me a yes. I just cleared the participation. 7, 10. So you can't say I didn't give you a visual and that I didn't do demonstrations on how to break it down. There's definitely more details that go into the side view of a face, but that's the basics. Twenty of you are ready. Make sure you gave me a yes. Now we're going to move on to the 3/4 view. Of the head. Three-quarter view is a bit more challenging, I think. The head's slightly tilted forward, not as much the side, but it's not front view. Okay? So on this one, let me see if I can get this other one out of the way. I'm just focusing on the round. I'm practicing in the air before I commit. And all right, I got a circle. I don't know if you can see that. I swear, I have a circle there. Maybe I need to make it a little darker. Why is it not picking up? All right, there's my circle. What I noticed that they did is like a diagonal line right here. So I'm gonna draw that diagonal line. It's a circle and a diagonal. It's pretty basic. The next one's gonna be really tricky, so give me a yes when you're ready so I know not to go too fast or too slow. MJ, I already marked you here. Don't worry about it. I took a long time to start, so you're fine. Okay, so most of you have done your circle and your diagonal line. I'm very happy about that. This next step is not necessarily demonstrated here, but I'm gonna do it. And what I think it is it's kind of like an ellipse shape. So I'm going to do like a slanted ellipse shape. It's like a sideways oval. Because I think that'll help us break this down into basic shapes. Ellipse. I like that word. So now that I've done the ellipse, this is going to be a little hard. I'm going to get a ruler. Do I have a ruler? I do. I'm going to use my red pen and I'm going to do my thirds, my lines of thirds. One right here. So the bottom one, and then I'm looking for the top one, and I want them to be parallel lines. Trying to match it up just so you can freehand it. But if you have a ruler, it's always helpful. And then we're going to cut this into thirds. So I love having a clear ruler so you can see through it to get it just right. If you have a clear ruler, I got mine at the dollar store. They have colored clear ones. If you have a clear one, that's the best one to get, is my advice. I'm gonna zoom in on this a bit more. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if you can see that this is red pen, but it is. So this is those little side pointy parentheses, and this is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. They still want you to see in thirds. Now that I put those little placements, I'm going to try to figure out the next really basic part of this. And to me, it's the ear. So the ear looks like it has like a little kind of guideline, like, oh, this is here and it ends here. So I'm doing two little guidelines of where I want that ear to be in between. And then I'm just kind of shaping my ear in that area. Ta-da! Mine doesn't look exactly like the picture. Mine's more sketchily. And it's in red because I felt like it. Mhm. Now I'm looking like, what else could I do that's pretty easy? To me, I feel like this mouth, that's really easy. It's just a line right here. So I'm going to draw that just so it's like right about here. I got a mouth. And then there's a nose, and it kind of just looks like a little, And then I'm looking and figuring out where the eye should be by putting in that nose diagonal here. Eh, mine doesn't look exactly like the picture. It's not the end of the world. But you can see I'm trying as best as I can to get my placement lines similar to the example. And then the side of the head, it has like this weird little kind of mapping out of like where the jaw line is and the side of the head. It almost looks like a half of a star shape. Eh, I'm doing mine really dark so you can see it. It's not exactly like the image here. And then there's like a back of the neck little right here. Now that I've put all of that in, I'm gonna crispen up my lines, the things that I'm happy with, and go darker. So on the side of the head here, and then I'm gonna go down like this, and I'm just sharpening up my drawing to make it look more crisp. The face goes in and out. Maybe the head is not as fat. I do all my little adjustments to try to make it look as much like the picture as I possibly can. It's not identical. It's not bad though. You can see I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Oh, it actually goes above the line. So I make my adjustments. It's sketchily. What are you gonna do? I'm caring that you're making the effort and you're giving looking time. When you are done, give me a yes. Oh, I see what I did wrong. My jaw should be lower. So I'm making the adjustment. I made a boo-boo, I fixed the boo-boo. My jaw should be wider. It's okay. As long as you make the adjustments. I'm doing this in a pen, so it's not as forgiving as yours. I can't erase the pen. It's good for you to see me make mistakes, or it's good for you to like understand how to deal with it. My eyes should be a little bit more diagonally. I'm just seeing that now. I'm comparing. I'm going through and I'm just kind of comparing every little part. I'm trying to tweak it as much as I can. Oh, my ears should be a little bit more rounded. I'm making my tweaks. So far, only 19 of you out of the 36 have said, yes, you're done. So I'll give you some more time. Now it's 24. You guys should be professionals at this. You've done enough sketches of heads. 26 of you out of 36. Where's the other 10? Come on, people. Guess what you get to do on your own? These four. I don't know if you'll get done today, but I want you to try your best. Now you understand what these lines are, these little segments of the head, and you're just going to try your best. You don't have to draw 4 of these. You could just draw 1, okay? But you're just adding the layers. These are the different steps. So you're only drawing 1 of these. I'm not going to torture you and make you draw 4 different ones. So those of you that watched the video, Today, I'll know you watched the video, and then there's gonna be those of you that didn't, and then you're doing all this extra work because you weren't listening and paying attention to this video that I just made. So you only have to draw one. This is the final one, and if you have little guidelines and stuff on top of it, that's exactly what I expect to see. It's not gonna look perfect like this. It's gonna look more like this with the hair details on top. Any questions about that? You are gonna put that one right here for side view on your own. And I'm gonna write that here, side view on your own. I'm gonna draw that one really quick because I'm good like that. So I started off with the
Brown, I have a
circle.
question.
What is your question?
So the proof of practice is just the two we just drew?
No, it's that and the one I'm drawing right now.
Okay.
Remember I said you're gonna be drawing this one on your own, right here. I'm drawing it real fast on my own. You're gonna take more time and you're gonna do yours. Does that make sense? I'm gonna draw it
Yeah,
fast
thank
though.
you.
Yeah. So I'm kind of breaking this into thirds. I'm giving looking time, figuring out how to do that. I'm doing it fast because I don't want you to copy me. I want you to do this on your own and give looking time. But some people might not be paying attention and draw all four stages because they weren't listening and paying attention. So that's on them. It just has steps so you can kind of figure it out. You're only drawing one. I'm drawing it fast because I'm good like that. Done this before. Not that mine's amazing or anything. It's putting things in the right places, giving looking time. Being observant, patient, giving looking time is everything when it comes to drawing. It's a discipline that you get faster at in time. Oh, I don't know if I did this right. Let me see. It's all about making those adjustments when needed. Yeah, I need to make this fatter. Mine doesn't look exactly like this bald-headed dude, but that's okay. My head needs to be bigger and fatter. I'm trying to do mine really fast so that you don't get dependent on me on this one. I'm gonna scroll down to the next step. I must have not done something right. It's very scratchily, very sketchily. That's the point. Some of you are gonna draw this way better than me because I'm doing this in pen. You're doing yours in pencil, most likely. So yours is more forgiving than mine, which is fine. Doesn't have to be identical, but at least you can tell I made an attempt to really get things right. The proportions is everything. I'm pretty happy with that. It's, not perfect. Ta-da! So that's what you're going to be doing for number 3 on your own. as your proof of practice. So if you didn't watch the video, you gave yourself more work, you're bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video. Remember, mine's in pen, that's why it doesn't look as good. All right, how do I stop the video?